What's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hopefully, y'all can hear me very well. Let me know if y'all can hear me very well. As you enter into the chat, make sure you thumbs up the video by tapping the like screen twice. We're going to review this video of a particular person who talked about America being stressed out. Is Americans stressed out? Let me put this S in the chat. Add on to is Americans stressed out? Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me get everything situated. Is Americans stressed out? I got to put stressed out. Hold on a second. Let me put it right now. Is Americans stressed out? Give me 1 second while I get everything corrected. Just make sure you double tap the like button on your way in. Double tap the like button on your way in. I will be on camera in a second. What's up, Ringo TV Reaction? Salute, fam. Appreciate you tuning in to the show. Great work you've been doing, fam. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the encouragement. For real, for real. All right, so let me get this monetization straightened right now. Okay, we should be good to go. You have this particular content creator who talked about the people in America stressed out. Now, here's the thing. Is there some people stressed out? Yes. The reason why some people are stressed out because they're in fear, they're in doubt, they got too much on their plate. They don't believe that they could get out of the situation that they're currently in. This is why it's important to listen to content that is going to be great for your soul, because a lot of people are trying to take your soul away from the Most High. You get what I'm saying? So you have to be mindful and cognizant of what you listen to in this day of time, because a lot of people can mislead you. They're in their feelings. There's a lot of people that's unaliving themselves because of the fear that the media, that these content creators push. And I'm here to tell you, do not be in fear. Don't let the people stress you out. Don't let the leaders of the world stress you out. Don't let the people in other parts of the world stress you out. People love sin. The majority of people, unfortunately, love sin. And because people love sin, it leads to war. I talked about this before. When you are in sin and you in continuing sin, it leads to war. It leads to pestilence. It leads to all the things that the Bible speak of. The people that's going to be affected is those who's in sin, not those who's not in sin. Those who's working on their sin, repenting for the things they have done and caused in their life and caused in other people's lives. Those people will be spared as long as they be serious about the sin they have committed. So this particular individual, I know Ringo may be familiar with him. Definitely other content creators may be familiar with this guy. Now, he moved his family out of North Carolina to Asia, okay? And he's been in Asia with his family the last 4 or 5 months. Now, salute to him, for doing what he had to do, what he believed was right for his family. At the same time, when you're in these other countries, you're talking to someone who has traveled different parts of the world. There's some restrictions that they have because of the way the climate is. Now, not everybody has it in for you when you travel to certain parts of the world. The problem is it's not meant for everybody to travel because they don't have a clear mind. And when you are clouded with overdoing things that you don't have no clue of, you get caught up in a situation that could be your last livelihood, if that makes sense. And so I want to teach y'all and break this down of how the world really works, because I have been around certain people. I have conversations with people from all over the world, particularly here in the state of Florida. I have had conversations with people from China, Russia, Iran. Yes, Iran, people from Iran here. Also, people that is from this country. Nobody wants to go to war. The reason why there's war going on is because you have to follow the money. You see, when you have a lot of money, these people have a lot of money and they get bored. They had all the women you could think of, or had each other for the most part, because that does go on, even in these other countries. They have all this stuff going on and they're not happy with their lives. And they see you, a hardworking man, a hardworking lady. You provide for your family, you provide for your children. They get jealous of that because they don't have the spirit of truth in them. They have the spirit of fear and doubt, and they want you to be in the bottom. If you have all these successful people, nobody's supposed to be in the bottom. I'm not saying everybody's going to be rich. What it means, the Bible says, none among you shall be in poverty, meaning none of us supposed to be struggling, whatever we are in the world. That is the devil's doing. The devil is pushing you to be broke. God did not intend none of us to be broke. God intend for us to focus on him through Christ. The problem is people cannot do that because they want the easy way. They don't want to go the right way because the right way is no money in it. They believe that if they go the wrong way, that money they got is going to be forever. No, the wicked money will be going to the just. And that's what's going on. The transformation, the transition is happening. They cannot keep doing the same thing forever, ever, forever, ever. And so the people are losing it. And those who's losing it during this war situation, during this economic change, you're not going to get the gist of it. You're not ready to go into the kingdom because you have to change your mindset. You cannot let man lead you into your own destruction. You cannot let anybody lead you to your own destruction. This is why you have to read your Bible. This is why you have to stay prayed up. This is why it's important to stay on point. Salute to V. Matt Smith in the building, Forever Studios. We got people from different parts of the world. As long as they're respectful, moderators, you don't have to block them. If they out of pocket, then we could block them, all right? We have Alejandria. We have Kadar from another country. Yeah, there's people from different parts of the world, that watch this channel too. And I conversate with these people, business purposes, opportunities, because see, the Most High have put it in me, depending on many of you men, to have these conversations with people from all likes of the world so that they could get this truth. Because once this word gets throughout the whole world, that's when Christ will come. We don't know the time and the hour. We don't know. Nobody knows. We do know in scriptures that once the world gets this truth in the Bible, the Apocrypha, the hidden books, once it's fulfilled, then everybody will put down their weapons. Everybody will stop unaliving one another. And then we're going to get down to fixing the world the way it's supposed to be by us being in charge. Until then, for the most part, you're going to see conflict. No matter where you at in the world, you can't hide of who you are. So we're going to play this guy. We're going to play his video. Let me set it up. Let me get my, whatchamacallit, where's it at? Give me 1 second, y'all, while I get the other gadget. I didn't want to go on my computer because I like to do it on my phone sometimes. It's not to say I can't be on my computer, but I'm looking for my other stick. Had it somewhere here. Where did I put it at? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let me get it set up. I'm going to play the clip. I'm not going to show you who it is because I'm going to play it. I'm gonna let you hear it. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get to it. Let's go to what he's saying. Okay, here we. You know, it's Long Live Langston. Y'all know who Long Live Langston is? He's been on YouTube for a minute. Long Live Langston. I'm gonna hold the phone. Okay, I'll hold the phone. Hold on 1 second. So we're gonna respond to his video. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, here we go. Let's go back. Here we go. Let me tell you something. I know people will say, "Oh man, I can get coconuts, drink coconut water in Florida, blah 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 blah." And yeah, you can anywhere. Now, why he's mentioning Florida? Why he's mentioning Florida? Because he watches my channel. Now, you would think that he would just talk about what's going on in the country, what's going on in the world, because that's his niche, right? He has to mention Florida because he's talking about me and the people in Florida. Well, you have to understand that the people in Florida, for the most part, they are doing what they're supposed to do. They're not making excuses. They're about winning. And there's a lot of things you could do down here in Florida. People don't realize that it's everything that you could think of in another country is here in Florida. I live here. I'm a resident here. I've been to many parts of Florida where you would think I'm in Jamaica. You would think I'm in Haiti. You think I'm in Cuba. You think I'm in another country. If I was to go to this particular place, to this particular resort, you would think I'm in another country because Florida has it's tropical, it's nature. You know, like what V Dot Man is in Texas, it's a different type of vibe. Every state has a different type of vibe. And so down here, when you're thinking, oh man, Rollo, you must be in Australia. There's parts of the world that you think I'm in Australia or New Zealand or, Africa. Because the way Florida, how the Most High have Florida set up, you would think I'm in another country. And that's just the way it is. And so it's very exotic here. So he's in Asia, which is an exotic country, at the same time, he's in Thailand. You got this other YouTuber who's pushing doom and gloom. I'm moving to Thailand. I'm not gonna mention his name. He said he's been saying this for the last month or two. I'm leaving. I'm putting up 48 hours. We're going to all pushing all this fear nonsense. Don't hate on people that's doing very well. Yeah, sure, there's some Americans stressed out because they're in fear. That doesn't mean everybody in America is stressed out. I'm not stressed out. Do I have my days where I have, basically like need someone to talk to, need encouragement? Yes, everybody needs encouragement. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Federal Studio and the brothers and some of you ladies I talk with behind the scenes. Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for the words. Because sometimes we all go through something. You never know what a person is going through. You get what I'm saying? So let's continue. Let's hear what he has to say. I think there's a few coconut trees, not just in Florida. I think like around Alabama, Mississippi, and California, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? I'm just assuming. No, 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 no. You can't assume. No, 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 no. See, that's where he went wrong. That's where you went wrong. There's no coconuts in certain parts of the South. It's only in Florida. They get the stuff from Florida and it goes to Alabama, it goes to Mississippi in the southern state. The only aquaculture that you could get that Caribbean vibe in other parts of the world is in Florida. Everybody in the South know that. All the people that's in the South, the V. Man Smith, the people like Forever Studio, they'll tell you that. The real Southerners will tell you Florida is in its own world. I live here. I've been to Atlanta for the first time, meeting up with Brainwaves. I've been to Dallas, Texas. And I could tell you that it's more of a dry type of land. Like Arizona. I stayed in Arizona for a minute. It's a dry land. Vegas, dry land. You know what I'm saying? Florida is tropical. It's more humidity. You get what I'm saying? It's more hot. It's more humid. It's more exotic. And it comes with different types of bugs that you're not used to, different type of creatures that you're not used to, that other parts of the world have that they have here in Florida. It's not for everybody. You gotta have that vibe. You gotta have that energy. Your energy gotta be at a certain frequency to survive here in Florida. It's a whole different world. It's like when Ringo stay in the rural area in North Carolina. It's a different type of energy. Every state have a different vibe, a different political affiliate. In order to get certain things done business-wise down here that I had to do, I had to associate with certain people that's movers and shakers. You have to connect. You have to learn how to talk. You have to learn the slang. You have to learn the community. You have to learn how to respect people that's especially from here. They move differently than where I come from in New York City. And it has taught me, it has sharpened my skills. So I appreciate the Southern hospitality. I appreciate the Most High putting me in America. I appreciate the brothers and sisters. Look, our people came here in bondage because of their sin, because they went against God. And now that we are waking up to who we are as a people, and we calling out these black Edomites, we calling out these Gentiles that's in sin, moving incorrectly. Those are the ones who are going to pay for what they have done to our people. The ones who are moving correctly with us, that's Gentiles, that's moving righteously, learning, boom, they're going to get in. They're going to have an opportunity to get in. And they will usurp authority over the sinners. See, we usurp authority over the sinners. You see, these demons have to bow down to us. The devil has to bow down to us just like he bowed down to God through Christ. They have to bow down to you. They cannot harm you. All they could do is stop. They think they stop your growth. They can't stop your growth. Whatever the Most High have ordained for you is coming for you. Even through wars, we've seen our people went through wars. What has happened through all the wars? We got substance. We got more things coming to us. This is why I tell y'all to chill, relax. Let the Most High do what he do with them. We always come out in abundance of war. Nobody ever has told you this. While all this war is going on, you got a lot of brothers and sisters making business moves. That's on point. They're getting more funds. They're getting more opportunities. There's a lot of connections going on. The problem is the internet has sabotaged the actual connections because you got too many sinner so-called black content creators pushing this lie in this narrative. There are people that's making moves. Listen, if I was to tell you this right now, there's a lot of successful black people in Florida. A lot of successful black people in Florida. I met a few. Very, very successful. Very humble. They know the Bible. I met one that is also have a family member that's in the Senate. Very connected, very cool. We had a great conversation. He was on my live. Y'all remember that live when the brother came to the site and we was politicking about the scriptures and stuff like that? I have to look for the video. Forever Studio know what I'm talking about. He was there in the chat. Some of you was listening to it in the clouds. And we was talking, man. He's very known in Florida. He has a seat of the member of the committee in Florida. You know, and so you never know. A lot of our people that's down here in the South is doing very well for themselves. So when we was in the North, we will always hear, oh, the people in the South, they move slow. Listen, they move correctly. They don't move slow. They move correctly. And you could get a lot of things done in America if you're moving correctly or anywhere in the world. As long as you move correctly, you will be taken care of. All right, let's continue.
It's nothing like drinking this coconut water, you know, being that I climbed up the coconut tree and chopped a few off coconuts down, came home and busted them open and put them in containers like this. It's nothing like drinking this coconut water while living a stressless life.
Okay, I give him that. He say he's not in stress. The thing is, for him to keep on talking about the coconut water, now it's true that things are not tampered with outside of America. That is true. At the same time, these countries worship America. That's what he's not telling you. And this is the problem I have with many traveling guys. The main problem I have with traveling guys, me being a traveling man, is that they're not telling you that a lot of these people wish they was in America. You will be surprised how many people will drop their flag, drop their opportunity to come here. You know how many ladies, how many guys I connect with in Colombia, Brazil, Jamaica. Oh my goodness, you will be surprised. They will do anything to come here. And then here's the thing. Yes, it's true. They come here, they make money, they bring money back to their country because the money is thin. Listen, at the end of the day, y'all, you can say what you want. The truth of the matter is, because of our people here, that's why this country is still blessed. The Bible tells you that if they do right by the seed of Jacob, the nations will be blessed. That's in the Bible. So if the nations is doing right by our people, notice I say the ones who's moving correctly, if they do right by us, then they will be taken care of. That's why this country is still standing, because of us. The majority of us is in America. Yes, we are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, yet number-wise, we more in America than any parts of the world. And here's another kicker. The leaders overseas, all of them is not black. They may show you someone who's black. That doesn't mean they're in charge. Because, see, the devil has deceived many travelers. They think, okay, I'm in Thailand. No. We seen the tape of Ringo pointing out a situation with a passport guy being in Thailand, moving incorrectly. Could have been his life. Them gangsters, there's gangsters in other parts of the world that runs the government. Just like the gangsters did here in America. There's not that much of a difference, y'all. Y'all thinking, well, I'll go overseas. There's no gangsters. It's gangsters, real gangsters. And they run shops. They run car businesses. They tell the politician what to do in these other countries. See, you have more of a say here than you would in another country. There's certain parts of the world you can't record certain things. Even in Thailand. They have restrictions, y'all. I know a guy that was in China, personally. He's very successful. And even he couldn't record certain things. They will take your phone and apprehend you, and you'll be in jail for a certain amount of time, and then they deport you behind right back to America. You have to learn the land. See, the Most High separated us because everybody wants to play God. There's only one God, y'all. And everybody else supposed to serve him and serve him. A lot of people want to serve other gods. And we know what that means when you serve other gods. There's consequences to that. This is why you got to get rid of all the madness out of your house. Let's continue.
And I'm not here. It's not a flex. Because anyone that puts their mind to whatever goal that they want to achieve, they can achieve it.
That's true.
Especially being in the situation I'm in. You can live the same type of lifestyle I'm living. But it's nothing like it, man. Living life knowing that pretty much I'm not stressed out. I'm not stressed about anything.
Hold on a second.
Now the question is, for you all that are living in America, has America stressed you out?
No.
And you don't even have to answer that question. I'll answer it for you. I know it has.
No, 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 no. You are wrong. America has not stressed me out. No. Listen, I don't have no issue of this man moving his family to another country. More power to him as long as he's taking care of his family and his kids. The point is, not everybody in America is stressed out. That's where he went wrong. Because if everybody in America was stressed out, this economy would have been shut down by now. It would have been shut down. If everybody walked away from their job today, the country would have been shut down. So he's lying. Not everybody's stressed out. They pushing people to be stressed out. And those who fall for the okey doke, yes, they stressed out. I'm not stressed out. I'm not worried about what's going on here in other parts of the world. My concern is y'all having salvation with the Most High. You don't want to go to planet hell. You don't want to go to planet hell. The hell that you're dealing with here is nothing compared to the spiritual hell. That's forever, ever, forever, ever. Let's continue.
I know America is taking its toll on you. It's stressed you out. It's worn you down.
It hasn't. Not for
And
me.
at one point in time, people couldn't see it. Most of the time, when we're stressed out about something, especially in the black community, we don't talk about it. We keep it bottled up inside.
That's a lie.
It's gotten to the point where now people could.
That's a lie. People are definitely talking about their situation. The point is, you're not supposed to let it linger. Because when you let it linger, that's when you're going to have complications. That's what's going to lead you to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me. Just keep me afloat, y'all, in the chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me because my mic just went out. I find that strange. I discharged it. I think it's working now. Yeah, I'm not stressed out. You know what I'm saying? People that stressed out is the ones who's in sin. If you're not in sin, why are we stressed out for? Why? Let's go.
See it. It's written all over your face. You don't have to say a word. It's the lack of your smile, your smile, your smile that's turning the frowns. You ain't smiling anymore. Got bags under your eyes. You know what I'm saying? You always, a little on the chunky side, but now, that's turned into just excessive fat. You gain weight. You know what I'm saying? People hardly see you nowadays because when you're going through things, especially in the black community, you don't want nobody to see you. You stay buried inside your house, in particular your room, your bedroom.
Listen here, Langston. I don't stay in my bedroom. Dude, what are you talking about? Listen here, man, because you mentioned Florida, so I know you're talking about me. Listen, bro. Do I stay in my room? Dude, just because I stay in my room doesn't mean I go places. I don't have to show everything I do. And the average American don't have to show everything they do. See, dude, it seemed like you thinking every black person is struggling. You have not come across every black person, bro. So-called black person. I mean, oh my goodness. I think this guy is kind of stressed out, man. I'm gonna tell you why I think he kind of stressed out. Because if I'm in another country and I lived in Jamaica for 2 months, right? Look, America has its moments, just like any world has its moments, anywhere in the world, excuse me. that doesn't stop me from worshiping the Most High through Christ. I thank Him each and every day for giving me the opportunity to have the conversation with the people wherever I'm at in the world. A lot of so called black men, it's true in the sense where he's saying, are not used to freedom. Here's the reason why. They believe that they can't get together to do something correct. No, we can get together to do something correct. The issue is a lot of men are running away from their problems instead of getting to the Most High, getting in their prayer closet, own up to their sin, own up to all the shystiness they have done. They don't want to own up to their own issues. No matter where you in the world, if you're not moving correctly, it will hit you a lot harder in these other countries because there's no safety net. And yes, there are things that should be abolished in this country. Every man and woman should put their thoughts together and do something constructive and not depend on the government. When it all boils down, I'm going to say it and I'm going to say it now. When it all boils down to whatever goes on in the near future, we in the best place in the world. The Most High know what He's doing. He put us in America for a reason. Yes, we came here in bondage. I know that. Sometimes our people need that tough hit. When you deal with your people and you be tough with them, that's when they pull through. We are very more creative when we go through our tough battle. When we go through interesting challenges, it makes us become a man. So let me tell you something, Mr. Langston. You can't run from your destiny. I learned that a long time ago. No matter where you in the world, when the Most High calls you, you could be in Thailand, you could be in Haiti, you could be in Iran, you could be in Russia, you could be anywhere. When the Most High call you to do something, you have a duty to do. There's no getting away from it. All right, let's continue.
I get it. I used to live like that. I used to be like that. And as things are getting worse in America, you know, we don't know if there's going to be a World War III based on.
Now he's falling into the madness of World War III. I explained what World War III is. It's not about nukes. It's not about missiles being thrown at each other. It's about every country has something these people want. All these powerful people want. They want to be in control of the masses. And the people of the masses are realizing we don't want to be in control by these entities and deities throughout the world. So the media is having it to whereas people thinking that other parts of the world hates us. No, the people in other parts of the world really, honestly speaking, worship us. You know what I'm saying? They worship us. Well, I tell them to worship the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the person that's going to get you in the kingdom through Christ. My teachings that the Most High has stored upon me and the other brethren is what's going to get you in the kingdom if you do your own research, do your own reading the book, and you do it correctly. Then yes, you have a chance to go into the kingdom, of course, without a shadow of a doubt. You see, the problem is that when we live in these other countries, you bring that Babylonian way. You cannot bring that Babylonian way. And it's Babylon throughout the whole world. It's not only in America. The whole world is in Babylon. That's another thing they don't want to teach you.
What your man did yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That's your president.
That's your president too.
Gas prices, food prices, everything is going up.
No, it's not.
Things.
Food prices has gone up a little bit and gas is going up. Now I'm on record of saying, could it be possible that the gas go up? It's possible. Now, doing my research on how this is going, I don't think it's going to go up. The prices is going to go down. Now, that's the Lord's doing because remember, we're in a time that the Most High is making sure we good. As long as we good, we're not worrying about what the devils are doing. The devils are fighting each other. I told y'all this. The devils will be fighting each other. When the Bible tells you nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom, it's not talking about righteous people fighting righteous people. It's talking about the evil fighting the evil, the demons fighting the demons, the draconians fighting the draconians, the reptilians fighting the reptilians. All these different entities are fighting each other over us. They're fighting over us, y'all. You the light, you the people, you the good people, that's who they fighting over. They're fighting over to see who's going to have a say over us. That's what's going on. That's the truth. So they're willing to go to battle with each other and saying, hey, we're doing what we think is right. No, they're going to be detrimental to each other. And then they think they're going to rule over us. That's what's really going on. They show you that in the movie They Live. Let's continue.
Things are gonna get worse.
It's not going to get worse for us.
A weight that the average American has to hold, especially if you hardly getting by nowadays. They say that the number one killer is stress, and I truly believe that. Real talk. It's nothing like it. If you want to unalive yourself, then all you have to do is live in America and go through what the average person is going through. You don't have to smoke cigarettes.
Oh my goodness. He's saying that the most people that unalive themselves is in America. That's not true. That's another lie. Yes, there's people that unalive themselves. I forget the average time or second that they have stated. Somebody could put it in the chat. The average person unalive themselves. Let me tell you something. There's more people unalive themselves where he's at than it is in America. What are you saying, Rollo? A lot of people unalive themselves in Thailand? Oh, absolutely. A lot of people transition themselves to be other species. You see, there's good and bad everywhere. Is what I'm trying to tell you. He's stating that people in America unalive themselves more than other parts of the world. That is a lie. He's lying. You're talking to someone who's been to other parts of the world, and people, I could see it in their eyes. They're thinking about just quitting, unaliving their family, unaliving each other. While that does go on in America, it's not as big as it is in other parts of the world. That's what he's not. Because, see, he's in a part of the world that's away from society. And there's nothing wrong with that if you're moving correctly. The point is, if he was to go in the town, he will have a different perspective of what I'm about to say. And what I'm telling you is that there's a lot of people that will unalive, even in the Middle East, they will unalive themselves just to think they're going to get to the heaven. There's people that's like that, y'all. It's some wild folks out here. So I disagree with him on that. Let's go.
You don't have to drink. You don't have to eat wrong. None of that. Matter of fact, to be real with you, stress leads to excessive eating.
That's
stress
true.
Leads to you smoking. Stress.
That's true. Overeating, smoking. It depends on who you talk to. All right, let's go.
Leads to you drinking.
You don't need a second job. You just need to.
Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go.
Straight up. Stress leads to promiscuity. Stress leads you to continue to do this on your cell phone.
What?
And it makes it even worse when you get online and on social media, it appears as though that people are doing great and you're the only one that's doing bad.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we
Straight up.
go. Here we go.
That's why it's like some things I really want to show you all, but I know that right now it's not the time for it. That some people may look at me and say, "Man, who he think he is? He think he better than me. He always trying to throw stuff up my face and this and that, so forth, and it's far from the furthest truth. Whatever I show you, whether it's me being at the beach, whether it's me drinking coconut water, or whatever it may be, I'm here to motivate and inspire you to live out your dreams."
And there's nothing wrong with that. The issue, Mr. Langston, is that you are added on to the situation as to say the American person are stressed in America. That's not true. That's why I disagree with you. The ones who are in stress is the ones who's not moving correctly. Those are the ones who is in stress. If they're not moving correctly, they're not repenting of their sin, they're not owning up to their sin, then yes, they're gonna have issues. That's just what it is until they get that corrected.
Before you leave this planet, that your concerns should be strictly your own concerns. And you shouldn't have to worry about anyone else's. And it's time for you to bet on yourself. It's time for you to take a gamble. It's time for you to trust in yourself.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. The Bible warns you not to trust in yourself. No, you have to put trust in the Most High through Christ. You got to make sure that your steps is connected to the Most High in Christ. Because if you lead to your own understanding, that's how the devil gets you. Oh, no, 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 Mr. Langston. Yes, you're supposed to love yourself. You're supposed to be the best version of yourself. That doesn't mean that your own understanding is better than God's understanding. Oh, we're not doing that. There's a lot of people that's doing that. And that's how the devil gets you caught up in some stuff you can't get out of. Nope, 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 nope. You cannot lead to your own understanding.
But I really feel where you're coming from. You got all of these content creators, they on boats, they on yachts, and they rent out this and they rent out that. Most of the time, they don't even own the stuff that they rent, that they show you that they have. Straight up.
That's jealousy. That's jealousy because people rent out stuff. You jealous. You jealous you can't do it. You throwing shots again. You throwing shots again at people in Florida. Okay, they renting out the yachts. They renting out the vehicles because they could afford to do that. Stop hating on somebody afford to have a good time with their people. That's some hateration stuff, for real. If I see a brother and sister throwing a big event, I'ma salute them. I'm be like, salute. I'ma go have a good time, support their work, and congratulate them because I know they've been through a lot to get to where they at. Sometimes people spend money to rent things. You renting the place where you at. You don't own that place, Mr. Langston. So come on now, stop it, man. Stop it. You worrying about people in yachts and boats because they could afford it. Or they have a connection to someone where they put them on to that. That's a throwing a shot at everybody in Florida, man, that does it, man. Shout out to all the Floridians that have yacht parties and business opportunities, connections out there in Miami, or you out there in Hollywood Beach, you know what I'm saying, or Tampa, Saratoga, the list goes on. Shout out to all of y'all doing your thing down here, or particular other places in the South. I mean, come on, man. I salute people that's winning, that's making things happen, get on yachts. You know how much a yacht costs to rent? About good $5,000 to $10,000 to $20,000. So you get everybody put their money together, have a good time. What's wrong with that? If they want to invest in something for a few hours, I got no issues with that. They're not harming nobody. Well, you know, they don't own the yacht. They don't own the yacht now. They could get a yacht in the future if they want to. I mean, this he is lost. He is lost.
I don't have a problem with telling you that this is not my house. I don't have a problem with telling you if I'm in a car that I rented, I'm gonna let you know that.
Oh no, 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 no. You got that. No, 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 no. No, now there's people that own their cars. There's people that pay their cars off. Now I've been on record saying I rent cars. I had owned 2 cars I gave away in New York. Once my business, you know, everything, I wasn't gonna take the bloom, bloom, bloom at that time. So I gave my business over to the at the Dorian. The point is that you admitted that you rent the place. So why you have an issue of people renting a yacht or renting a vehicle? Do you know, ask B Dub Man Smith or anybody, renting a vehicle or renting a place could cost more than owning it. Everybody knows that. You're spending more money renting. If they want to do that, that's their decision. Why you have a problem of how people spend their money? I do not worry about how people spend their money. As long as they're taking care of their family, they taking care of that house they're in, they taking care of their responsibility. Who am I to tell them what to do with their money? That's the problem with this guy. Why you spending money on a yacht? Why you spending money renting cars? Because they want to. Some people don't want to own certain things. They just want to rent it out. Enjoy it and support somebody else's establishment. They okay with that. Hell, I've done it. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you the truth, it's nothing wrong of renting something for the time being. If you could afford it, you're not going to do it forever. And then when you're ready to own something, you're going to own it. It has to happen naturally, man. Every step has its course. Let's go.
To show you that just like I can live the places that I'm living in, the countries that I'm living in, you can do it too. That it's not a secret. All you have to do is just gamble and have trust and faith in yourself, and it's just that plain and simple.
Have faith in yourself. It's nothing wrong having faith in yourself. He's not mentioning God. He's not mentioning Christ. And that's his demise. He's not giving praises to the Most High. He in the situation he in. He's not giving praise to Christ. When I hear the brethren of the Ringos, you people in the chat, some of you other content creators, you mention God, you mention Christ here and there, or at times you mention it, you give them the glory behind the scenes. Hopefully he's doing it behind the scenes because, look, we're not here on our own merit. Let's get that correct. We're not here on our own merit. We're here because the God of Abraham, God of Isaac, God of Jacob made that possible for us to be here. Because if you ask me, the way people are moving, it's something else. Let's go.
It's nothing complicated. You don't have to be stressed out anymore, any longer. Real talk. There's no way in the world I would allow America to stress me out any more than what it had done in the past.
Here we go. Here we go. He's talking about the past again.
Any more than what it had done in the past. Excuse me. It is hard to look on social media and see people crying. People not knowing what to do because they done lost their job. People living in storage units. People living in...
He's watching my video. How many of you have seen the video of me talk about the lady that's living in the storage unit? Put a 5 in the chat if you've seen that live stream. Or the video. I know he's talking about my video because there's no way he gonna mention that and not watch. You watch my channel, man. A lot of you watch my channel, especially you, Mr. Langston. So you talking about storage unit, you talking about the woman with the kids that moved to Florida. She left Texas. Ain't that something? Wow. Guess what? I had reached out to her in the comment section. She responded to me. She watched my video. You know, I was being very respectful. She said, "Hey, this is the place I want me and my children to be at." They doing their thing. She out there in Tampa, Saratoga. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's true. Some people are living in their storage. Some people choose to live in their cars. That's their decision. That doesn't make them less of a person. I'm in the state of Florida. The weather is good almost all year round. Hey, I lived in the hotels. Y'all know that. Sometimes I stay in the car too. If I didn't get a hotel for the night, I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing that you're saying that's shameful. Matter of fact, if you ask me, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. That's when I was really getting it in. When I was staying in a hotel or I was renting somebody else's vehicle. When I had to let go of my vehicle after the job let me go. I didn't get upset. That pushed me even better. Because if you think about it, to take that opportunity to come to a place like this and you have faith in the Most High in Christ, you got your food, you got your shelter, you got some coverage. Because certain parts of Florida, you could rent out a lot and you could stay there. You could pay per month. There's a lot of people living in RVs down here, families, children. They sold their house. They'd rather live in an RV to go around the states. It's nothing wrong with that. People are changing their ways with their environment. That doesn't mean they're stressed out just because a person decides to let certain things go. Anyway, let's go.
And cars. You got this generation that has totally given up on just life, period. They like, yo, man, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to be homeless. Because homelessness is a better option nowadays than getting in that gerbil wheel. You got other people that still running, thinking, as they dangle that carrot in front of your face, thinking that eventually you're going to get to that finish line. Eventually you're going to be able to grab that carrot. But at the end of the day, it's a thing called cognitive dissonance.
Here we go. Here we go with this word.
That you, while you're running and trying to get that carrot, you know in the back of your mind that you ain't gonna never achieve it. You're never gonna get to that finish line. Straight up.
He don't even believe in himself. He don't believe in the Most High. He don't believe in Christ. He don't believe that you could get into a better situation, man. Man. Yeah, he moved to Thailand, Ringo. Yep, he sure did. He moved to Thailand 4 or 5 months ago. Yeah. I can't with this guy, man. I can't with this guy, y'all. I really can't, man. Yeah, he's always promoting fear, man. It's like he knows that you live in another country and you're doing pretty good and the dollar goes stronger. He don't want to even admit that. And another thing is he would not be in that place if it wasn't for the American dollar. Of course they're going to treat you very well. That doesn't mean they respect you. Just because they treat you well doesn't mean they respect you. And that's what he's going to find out. And a lot of people in other parts of the world are going to find out. Just because they treat you well doesn't mean they respect you. Because they're looking at it as, okay, you're in my country, right? I'm going to let you rent this place out. He admitted that he had a hard time finding a place for his family in Thailand. You think that you could go to another country and they're going to open up the doors for you. It don't work like that. It don't work like that overseas, y'all. You have to know somebody. You have to be well connected. And more importantly, you have the Most High in your favor. That's how you get certain things happening. It took him a while to get that place. Because when he moved his family to Thailand, he moved them somewhere where it was not as convenient as it is now. It took him a while. No matter where you in this world, it takes time for everything to go in your favor. You got to make sure the Most High is backing you. You got to make sure Christ is backing you. The angels is a camp around you. You can't do this on your own. Anyway, let's continue.
You know, so yeah, man, I decided that I wasn't gonna allow America to stress me out. Straight up. I wasn't gonna allow America to directly stress me out, because America can stress you out indirectly. And what I mean by that is,
my
believe it
goodness.
or not, when you leave out of the country,
Here we go.
you start living in other countries outside of America.
Here we go, y'all.
You'll find out slowly but surely, America has its claws in everybody's country, in everyone's business. So it's impactful.
Yes, America has a business in other people's business, but you in there and you in that other country's business. And like Ringo said, it's not America, it's the lack money on his end. Yes, exactly, Ringo. Exactly. He's making excuses for his decision making. He admitted earlier that, when he was in his 20s and 30s, he was hopping job from job to job to job to job. He wasn't being consistent. There's no consistency in his move. He's doing this out of his emotions. Listen, I advocate people to travel the world if they're moving correctly. Don't do it out of emotions. Don't do it because you lacking in certain environments. You lacking in certain situations. You can't blame nobody but yourself for the situation you're in. Why would I blame y'all in the chat? Why would I blame America for my situation? I have to own up to my responsibility of how I spend, how I move. That's on me through the Most High in Christ. That's not your fault. Why is he hating on people that's doing different things, man? I'll be glad when I see people winning. It's like he don't want America to win. He don't want America to win. He's saying that we struggling. No. When we talk about struggle, we're talking about we want to better our situation. We're figuring out ways to better our situation. That doesn't mean we're struggling financially. Because you don't have to be a millionaire, because there's a lot of millionaires that's not moving correctly and they stressed out. So it's not really about the money. What is he running from? Responsibilities.
That I would tell you, if you decided that, live outside of America, that you keep up with current events, especially what's going on in America. So when people ask me, yo man, why you don't even talk, why you never talk about what's going on in the country that you live in, but you always in America's business? Because American business is it's straight up, it's the truth, is the world's business. That's real shit.
Open a Chime checking account.
So he admit that the world is into America's business. He admit what I just said. The world is into America's business because the country that you're staying in, those people want to get out of that country and come to America. They're willing to work in America. They don't want to work in their country. I come across a lot of people from other parts of the world. They say, I wish I lived in America. I wish I lived in America, Rollo. I will give up my citizenship to live in America. I will work my behind off to provide for my family. I barely get by in my own country. And you know what I tell them? I said, you got to make sure your family's intact. You got to trust one another. You can't be insecure. Anywhere you are in the world, insecurity will unalive you like that. The guy's insecure. He's insecure. He's pushing fear. He don't believe that he could be prominent. And what Ringo's saying is true. What YouTube is what's keeping him going afloat. He need American business to make money on YouTube. Yeah. Will he be having the same conversation if he wasn't on YouTube? And shout out to the YouTubers that's doing their thing, like the Ringos, all of y'all. I don't have no issue with this guy. I'm just calling out his BS. What he said, Cash App is against the law in Thailand? What? Are you serious? Hold on, we're gonna find out about that in this. Hold on. We're gonna find out about that in a second. Whoa.
What I'm saying, man, Americans have given up. And I'm seeing a decline in just
Here we go with the crime talk.
just in people being happy. You know, I'm hearing these horror stories, and they're just horrible, man. Like, you know, people are saying, you know, I get up every morning and I go to work and I come home and I just keep
I'm about to
on
put
doing
him out.
that every day. And then on the week,
I'm gonna put my computer on. Hold on one second. I'm gonna show the receipt right now. Hold on, y'all. Keystone just told us something I need to look at. Hold on. Turn that off. Okay. Cash App. Bang. And Thailand. Let me see. Yeah, they only use Bitcoin. Hold on a second. Yep, he's correct. Keystone is correct. Let me show the information. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay, let's show you. This is what I got here. Why is Cash App not available in Thailand? What's a good alternative app to buy/sell trade Bitcoin? It says it's not available because it's not a Thai company, plus Thai banking laws. So it's a law. If you have Cash App, you could have an issue in Thailand because it's in America. Somebody says because we got much better ones like Kemma, K Plus, and those mobile wallets. Yeah, I feel you. I'm also on the BKK Bank mobile banking, but I wanted to start investing in Bitcoin from an app that is tied to my bank account for transitional purposes. So these are the companies that you're allowed to use. Bitcup, Coin Thailand, Satan Pro, and ZMEX. So we have to ask this question. How is it that this guy is transitioning his funds? So that means that he cannot use Cash App. So how is he getting by? Okay, so Thailand does provide you. Does Thailand have you could use super chat in Thailand. Does Thailand allow you to super chat? Let me see something. I know in Jamaica you couldn't super chat. Now I believe you can super chat in Jamaica dollars. I'm not sure. I have to look it up. Let me put it correctly. Does Thailand allow people to super chat on YouTube? Let me see something. Because if I'm not mistaken, I've never seen a Thailand currency. Yes, Thailand allows people to super chat on YouTube. Okay, yeah, they can. Yeah, they can. They could super chat. Okay. So you can super chat another content creator in Thailand, or the Thailand people could super chat you. A content creator will suffer with no cash app. Yeah, so I'm wondering how he's getting. So he depends on the YouTube only. He depends on the YouTube only, y'all. That's how he's getting by. It's through the YouTube check. If it wasn't no YouTube check, would he have moved to Thailand? Heck no. Listen, that guy would not have moved to Thailand if he ain't getting no YouTube check. Okay? Because he can't open up no business in Thailand. He cannot open up no business in Thailand. And I know that you cannot use your bank in certain parts of Thailand. So I don't know how he's getting by. How is somebody from America sending his family money through his banking, through through Western Union, or what's the other one called? I can't remember the name. MoneyGram. Ooh, they go, hey Ringo, you're gonna have to talk about this, fam. You definitely gonna have to talk about it when you get a chance, because this is Keystone, man. You did a great job bringing that up. That's something I didn't even know. I didn't even know that. So you got this other content creator. I'm not gonna mention his name. Find his audience. I'm moving to Thailand. I'm selling everything. He's selling everything. He's saying to sell his car. He's trying to sell all the equipment. This same guy got 3 GoFundMes. He had 3 GoFundMes. And now all the stuff that place he stayed in, with that woman's place he stayed in, I told y'all she was gonna move him out. He had a due date to get on out of there. So she said, look, I'm not helping you out with this place no more. If you can't afford it, I'm out. And so now, listen, I'm laughing seriously because people thinking that they could move overseas, and they telling you that I'm not stressed. Like Ringo said, they more stressed overseas. Because at the end of the day, when you live in these other places, ain't no other country gonna bail you out. You could talk all bad about America. How many times that you got bailed out, Mr. Langston? See, you're not telling the audience your reality. A lot of people bail you out, but you won't say that because the truth is not in you. Anyway, let's continue.
I don't have any money to spare. So I find myself just, I don't know, just sitting at home doing nothing.
He admit he at home doing nothing. Yo, he said, I'm at home doing nothing. Yo, that's a rap, man. Listen, if I'm in another part of the world, I'm doing something. I'm always active wherever I'm at. What the hell are you talking about? You ain't doing nothing. Yo. Yo, he sit there boldly said, I ain't doing nothing. Yo, he's jealous of people that's winning. Yo, he's jealous of people that's on yachts. I tell you what I'm gonna do, Mr. Langston. Since you mentioning that. Since you mentioned that, I want you to be around for my B-Day where I have all my supporters come meet me in Miami and we on the yacht having a good time. Or we gonna be on the yacht having a good time. Hey, stop being mad at people that's having fun, man, in America. You think everybody's sad in America. Right now, this past week, I had a good time. I ain't gonna say too much, but I had a great time. Let me rewind this back. This is funny.
That's crazy because that's not how we were meant to live. That's not how life was supposed to be. But to a lot of Americans, that's how life is. And that's a harsh reality, knowing that you got to deal with that every day. I can tell you this, seriously, I couldn't deal with it. There's no way in the world. It's no way in the world I could do it. Like, I can tell you I had a cheat code, far as leaving the country. And that cheat code was, I've never been the person to work a 9 to 5. What I'm experiencing, the freedom that I'm experiencing, it's nothing new to me. I've always had a certain type of freedom. Out of all my years on living on this planet, I can tell you, I can sum up the amount of years that I spent working. And I can tell you in total now, we're talking about temporary jobs combined together. I've never worked a full year, let alone 6 months at one job. And all of these jobs that I'm about to add up, right? We're talking about when I was in my 20s. Straight up. In total, out of my whole life, I'm 51. In total, out of my whole life, I've worked 2 years out of my whole life. That's my word. So when people...
He only worked 2 years out of his whole life, y'all. He only worked 2 years out of his whole life. Oh my gosh. Yo, what? We know another content creator that's like that. We know another content creator that's like that. We're not going to mention his name. We're not mentioning his name. but we know another person that have not ever worked that long of his life too. Oh my gosh. Yo. Oh my goodness. Yo. He think that he doing good overseas, man. Dude, you're not even working hard on YouTube. You're not working hard on YouTube, man. You a lazy content creator. Oh, I got a series called Lazy Content Creator. You a lazy content creator. Because you got some of these content creators that push doom and gloom, they lazy. They lazy. And here's the thing. I don't even think his wife respects him. Personally. Now, I'm going to say this. No woman in her right mind want her man to be lazy unless she controls him. You must be controlled by your wife. You're talking about other men being controlled by their wife. I heard you said that. But you are being controlled by your woman. You expose yourself, Mr. Langston. You can't talk about These other guys living off a woman, you also have been living off a woman this whole entire time. Listen, I moved in with a woman one time. I won't do it again. I own up to my situation. You don't hear me running away from that. I moved in with a woman one time. I won't do it again. And I don't hold it against her. No woman ever gonna respect you doing that. Yeah, I put in the work and everything. At the same time, it's a time that you got to get your own place. So we know now, based on it, based on what he's saying, it was his woman that was doing the work while he was on YouTube, doing lazy work on YouTube. You're a lazy YouTuber, dude. See, even if the woman can't stand me, they will respect that I'm a hard worker. They respect Ringo being a hard worker. That's why he get the support he deserves, because he's a hard worker. You could tell this man work. Before he came into the YouTube, got monetized, shout out to Sherelle for putting them on to that, to the Cash App, to the Venmo, or to the PayPal. Before all that, Ringo was a hard worker. He was a hard worker. I'm going to send it to you, fam. He was a hard worker. He put in a lot of work with his hands. He built with his hands. That's what men do. Built. What have you built, Mr. Langston? Talking your blab your gums on YouTube? Anybody could do that, but you're a lazy content creator. You're not saying anything that we don't know about. Let's go.
Say, hey, you know what, man? You talking about freedom and this and that and so forth. But them YouTube checks did this. Nah. I was living this lifestyle a long time ago.
Living off your woman.
I don't know what it's like to be at a job for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. In other words, I don't know what it's like being committed to anything except for what I want to be committed to.
You lived off your woman. You exposed yourself. When Ringo talks about it, it's going to ring even further. So buckle up your seatbelt, because it's about to be a wrap for your career on YouTube, Langston. You should not have said the things you said, because, dude, I don't respect you. You lived off the woman all your life. And you are living off those YouTube checks. Just like the other content creator is living off YouTube. He living off a woman too. Let's continue.
Like, even when I was in that cult, I was in it, but I wasn't in it. The United Wabian Nation cult, I was in it, but I wasn't in it. I never lived on the land in Easton, Georgia.
Would you rather spend...
Whoa. He was part of some occult. Uh-oh, Ringo. Ringo, he admit he's a part of some cult. Let me rewind that. Uh-oh.
The amount of years that I spent working, and I can tell you in total now, we're talking about temporary jobs combined together. I've never worked a full year, let alone 6 months at one job. And all of these jobs that I'm about to add up, right? We're talking about when I was in my 20s. Straight up. In total, out of my whole life, I'm 51. In total, out of my whole life, I've worked 2 years out of my whole life. That's my word. So when people say, "Hey, you know what, man? You talking about freedom and this and that and so forth," but them YouTube checks did this. Nah. I was living this lifestyle a long time ago. I don't know what it's like to be at a job for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know. In other words, I don't know what it's like being committed to anything except for what I want to be committed to. Like, even when I was in that cult, I was in it, but I wasn't in it. The United Wabian Nation cult, I was in it, but I wasn't in it. I never lived on the land in Easton, Georgia. And yeah, I did the bookstores, but that was like a couple months here, a couple months there. I've never been committed or dedicated to anything except for myself. I've always chose myself when looking at life. I've always put myself first when looking at life. Straight up. Now that I have a family.
Before he talks about the family, we're going to be, oh. Like Safi Liponsky say, lazy itch. I wish I had Safi Liponsky pressing that white button right now on this food. I'm gonna use that as my stream deck. I'm gonna use Safi Liponsky, words. Hold on, let me rewind back. He said something again. Listen.
The United Wabian Nation Code. I was in it, but I wasn't in it. I never lived on the land of Eaton, Georgia.
Lying.
And yeah, I did the bookstores, but that was like a couple months here, a couple months there. I've never been committed or dedicated to anything except for myself. I've always chose myself when looking at life.
What?
I always put myself first when looking at life.
What?
Straight up. Now that I have a family, it's something different. But what's so funny, the irony to it is, I said there's no way in the world, and it's crazy. I'm glad that I'm mentioning this too, because I see a lot of people in the comment section say this. Well, I know your wife and your children hate it, and it's your idea. It's your idea, of living there. It's your idea of eating the fruits and all the rest of that vegetables off the land. I'm more than sure that they don't like it. The first thing is, get the hell out of my business. You don't know. That's why I purposely never put my children in front of the camera. So you don't know what my children look like. You don't know their names. You don't know what they're thinking. That's the first thing. But the second thing is this. I introduced them when I met I don't want to say better half, but the one that I love. When I met her, she was working.
Uh-oh.
Like, nah. We ain't gonna have that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be on some independent shit. Because I want to be able to enjoy you. I want you to have time for me. I want us to have a family, and I want us to be together. How can we be together when you're like, shit, I gotta go to work from 9 to 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Then by the time I get off, you know what I'm saying? By the time I get home, I'm gonna be tired. So I can't be a mom, and neither can I give you what you need.
What?
I can't be your companion. So I was like, yeah, we can't establish no family like that if you're working all the time. And then we had children. And I introduced them. And told them, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, if you want to work, fine. You want to make money, this and that and so forth, do it on your own terms, though.
What?
Because if you work for someone, then that person's going to control you as well as your lifestyle overall.
What? Whoa. You saying that people work for somebody is less than? No, they not. They the ones who contribute to society. Do you know the people that support my platform work a 9 to 5? You marry a woman that was very successful. You expose yourself. You marry a woman who was well off. And you wasn't working. You should be ashamed of yourself. Man, these guys having family and put their family in uncompromised situation. Yeah, he's been married for a long time, Ringo. Yeah, he don't act like he's married when he does his content. The reason why he's mentioning that is because the people are putting pressure on him in his comment section. They calling his BS out. So now he has to do this mystical appearance. I told y'all, they have to tell you the truth. These sinners have to tell you who they are. They have to. She was the breadwinner the whole time. He met her in, I would say she's from New York. Because he's from New York, he probably met her in Georgia. Maybe some Georgina or some North Kakalaki. I think she's from Georgia. I heard her a long time ago. I can't remember what video. Because at that time, when I heard of this guy, I didn't think about, pre-recording and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's continue. How you doing, Real Topics?
I've always asked my children this question. Do you want to work in a building or own one? Straight up. Because as a person, you determine your own destiny. You don't allow other people to determine your destiny for you or make decisions for you. You have one life to live and you got to live it. So the reality of it is that bringing my family here, it was a joint effort. Everyone, out of all my family members that I brought along with me, everyone agreed that they wanted this. If one person would have disagreed, we would have took that into consideration. And we would have had to probably make other arrangements. Maybe that one person would have to stay behind. But everyone agreed. And everyone is enjoying themselves. And everyone is living a stressless life. I wouldn't have it no other way. They embrace this way of life that we're living. They enjoy it. They love it. You tell me, how many, now we're not talking about like people that live in the Caribbean or Central South America, Mexico, and Africa. We're talking about people that live in northern states in America, in the South, places.
Why are you mentioning something I talk about? Mentioning northern states. That's my talking point. He's using my talking point. Why are you mentioning northern state in certain southern states? That's my talking point. Everybody know I talk about the northern states and what's going on in the northern states. Now all of a sudden you got the cojones to talk about what I talk about. Bro, you projecting at this point, man. You watch my content, you a fan, Langston. You a fan. I know if you watch my content, everybody mostly knows Ringo and Brainwaves. I know you watch it because you mentioned Florida. You watch my content because I respond to you. Oh, you gonna make a content? Oh, he jealous that I'm not jealous of you in Thailand. Yet you disrespecting a country you come from. You living off this woman, this well-off woman. And you have nothing to contribute to her and your kids. You're an embarrassment, man. And you're ashamed of the woman who you with. I wonder why. Because you know that if it wasn't for her, you would not be in Thailand. You would not be in Thailand if it wasn't for her. I can't stand lazy guys, man. I can't stand lazy men.
The South, Midwest, California. I don't know any places, with the exception of Florida, and mostly in Southern Florida. I don't know any places that you go wake up and see animals, plural, monkeys, iguanas.
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You disrespect Florida earlier. Now you want to big up Florida? Dude, you disrespect Florida earlier. You disrespect America earlier. Now all of a sudden you want to big up Florida? No, 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 no. Because in one of your videos you had an issue with Florida. Now all of a sudden you want to talk about nature. I'm in nature. I'm around these animals. The animals ain't talking to you. The animals talk to me. People have seen footage of the animals communicating with me. They're not communicating with you. Why no animals coming to your window in Thailand? Huh? If your spirit was on point, you would have animals knocking on your door. Because in Thailand, wherever you live at, you got monkeys, you got different animals will come, see how you doing, see if your family good. You ain't on that level. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. You got nothing to give to the animals, man. Stop this. You disrespect Florida, now you want to big up Florida because of the aquaculture. But yet you have a problem with people spending money that you wish you had. You never work a day in your life. You should shut your mouth up when it comes to money. You have not provided for your family. All you doing, that's all you're doing. I gotta put my phone on the charger, y'all. Give me 1 second. I gotta put my phone on the charger. So I'm gonna put the camera off for a second. Give me 1 second, y'all. We'll put this thing on charger. I'm gonna have to turn off my thing. Let me know if y'all can hear me still. Put a 5 in the chat if y'all can hear me. Because now I gotta put this thing charge. Okay, give me 1 second. I gotta turn the chair around because the phone is charging. I gotta put the stool in the corner. All right, give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. All right, y'all. Had to change the environment a little bit. Thank y'all for tuning into the show. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all liking the video. All right. Dude, you disrespected Florida. You disrespect people in America and you're not even a working man. You're a vagabond. You're a bum. You is a bum, Mr. Langston. You a bum. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. You're not moving correctly. You expose yourself. And now what you gonna do? I'm not hating. I can't stand a man that's lazy, man. There's too many men that's lazy on their content. You could tell when a person is working hard. And y'all jealous of people like Ringo and Brainwaves. They work they behind off. That's why they get the things they get. I salute that. They take care of their family to the best of their ability. And here it is, you got a family and you're not even moving like you have a family, man. Just like that other content creator, that lazy SOB. He act like he doing work. And these other dudes, lazy. That's why the women, you think the women in other parts of the world will respect you? Man, don't get me started, man. Don't get me started, y'all. When Ringo does his part, don't get mad. It should make you want to do better. You embarrass yourself. You embarrass your legacy, man. Let's go.
Plural parrots, toucans. And as you waking up in the morning, you cutting up some fresh pineapples, drinking fresh coconut water.
That doesn't make you a man.
TVs in here. Cause they don't.
That doesn't make you a man that you cutting up this, cutting up that. That doesn't make you a man. Where's that in the Bible that you drinking and eating that makes you a man? Show me that in the scriptures, Mr. Langston. Show me in the scriptures that you eating and drinking that makes you a man. You living off of other people's dollars, man. See, when people support my platform, I put it into great use. When you good people support my platform, that's Ringo's talking point, good people. When y'all support my platform, it goes into great things. Great things happen for y'all. Nobody will ever say I'm lazy, despite my situation. I'm not a lazy effing person, man. I can't stand lazy people, man. I can't rock with dudes that's lazy. No effing way, man. Ain't got time for that, man. I can't stand a lazy dude, man. And you ladies out here, I'm not telling you what to do. The thing is, you can't be with a lazy man. Stop giving lazy man a fucking attention. Damn. That's why I can't get with certain women. Because you like a man to be lazy. I'm not a lazy dude. I got moves to make. Even when we get together, we have a family. I got things to do. I'm here to provide provisions, protect, and make sure the family good when I have a family in the future. I don't got time to sit around TT like this dude is. In your face 24/7. You should want a man to pursue greatness. You should want a man, you miss him. You in the same house, you see each other here and there. You figuring things out. You giving her assignments to do. Damn, man, I can't stand lazy dudes, man. It just irks me to hear this effing SOB. But he has to learn a lesson. Don't be like him. Shaming people working a 9 to 5 under somebody. You don't know certain people work a 9 to 5 because they choose to and they got other businesses. Shut your mouth up. You know who you talking to, man? You think because I work a 9 to 5 that I ain't got other things going on? And some of these people and the good people in the chat, you think they just working a 9 to 5, that's it? They got other stuff going on. They don't have to announce it to the world. I know they do. But you've been a lazy bum. You only worked 2 years. Shut your mouth up. You should be ashamed of yourself. You wonder why the world don't take us serious. Can't stand lazy dudes, regardless of their culture. Let's go.
I'm concerned about TVs. They're living out their movies. We're living out our movies. We ain't got time to watch somebody else on a TV screen.
You jealous. You jealous. You jealous.
It's walking distance.
No, you jealous of the work I do and the other brothers do. You jealous. You speaking in code. You watching me right now. Somebody send you the information. Oh, he's talking about you, Langston. Yeah, I say you an SOB lazy bum. I said it. Now what? Because you admitted your own self you lazy. I'm using your own words, so don't get mad at me. Let's go.
Well, and route to the beaches, you know what? If the monkeys ain't got to it, there's mango trees everywhere. Shit, straight up. If the monkeys haven't gotten to it, or if the mangoes haven't dropped to the ground, and the bugs haven't gotten to it, you walking around and route to the beach, you can just pick up a mango off the ground from the mango tree, or pluck it. Did you know that you can have permits?
Hold on a second, y'all. Okay.
There's banana trees everywhere. It's real talk. I don't know too many people that, why wouldn't you want that life? Why wouldn't you want that lifestyle? I'm not worried about fucking going to the store and paying $5 for one mango. We live a very humble life. A very humble lifestyle. We're not going out ordering shit that we want. As a matter of fact, we don't even want shit like that. We don't want the fuck. I don't need name brand clothes. I don't need. You look like an idiot walking around here.
So we're an idiot wearing name brand clothes. Oh my goodness. Dude, you're a moron. You're saying that people wear name brand stuff is it's an idiot. Now, I don't always wear name brand stuff. I dress casual here and there. I dress regular. Yeah, I'm not gonna knock somebody that dress nice and dress suited and booted. Well, you mad? You mad I got this? So you mad I got this? You mad I got this? I know you watching. You mad I got this expensive cologne? You mad about this? I got this new expensive cologne that came out before Father's Day. You mad I got this? You mad that I got this? So I'm not supposed to smell good and look good and be on my best version and represent the Most High. Man, miss me with the nonsense. You mad I got that? You upset I got this old school one that was part of the package? You upset? Anyway, let's go.
With other people's names on your shirt or on your back. But ain't got nothing in your stomach.
Oh, not see. You're trying to say that people buy these stuff, they ain't got nothing in their stomach. You see the disrespect he's doing right now? He act like he's working because he getting stuff from the ground. That doesn't make you a man. You're not even tilling the ground, dude. That's the Most High's work. You have no respect for the Most High's food at all. You is a user, eatless SOB. That's what you are. You a useless eater, bro. You're not working hard. The Most High provided those services for you. You don't even have respect for the Most High. He giveth and he taketh away. You understand that, Mr. Langston? Mr. Langston, I'm talking to you. You know the Most High giveth and he taketh. Stop playing around with the Most High creation, man. You disrespecting things that you're not aware of, man. Let's go.
Here, you take care of your priorities. You prioritize your life. You prioritize your health. Health is wealth. You prioritize love. You prioritize caring. Straight up. I would never give this up. Because, and it's real talk, like, I was stressed out because I didn't have time for myself. And that's what America's doing right now. It's distracting you. It's distracting you. Your job you're being distracted from working all these hours and shit. You're being distracted from paying.
You know he's telling on himself. I don't get distracted when I go to work. Matter of fact, I get a lot of things done when I'm at the site. And I have it to whereas I could talk to my listeners. I could listen to certain content creators while I'm getting work done. The Most High put me in that situation. I get active when it's time for me to get active at the site. It keeps me going. This guy have the nerve to talk about, you shouldn't work, you shouldn't do this. You don't deserve a family. And I'm not taking away from you having a wife, even though she's the breadwinner. I'm not taking away of her giving you kids. I'm just calling you out. You're a corporate munching. Living off a woman. You should be ashamed of yourself. Let me rewind this back a little bit. Listen.
Here, you take care of your priorities. You prioritize your life. You prioritize your health. Health is wealth. You prioritize love. You prioritize caring. Straight up. I would never give this up. Because, and it's real talk, like, I was stressed out because I didn't have time for myself. And that's what America's doing right now. It's distracting you. It's distracting you. Your job you're being distracted from working all these hours and shit. You're being distracted from paying all these bills, being distracted from paying credit cards, keeping up your credit score, making car payments, paying car insurance, the house insurance, paying your rent or mortgage. I could go on with this. All these distractions that's keeping you away from you. And this is the reason why you're stressed out. Because that's not how we were supposed to live. That's not how a human's supposed to live. A lot of people are talented. A lot of us are talented. And what we have to do every time we go to work, every time we pay a bill, every time we have to think about paying a bill, every time we have to budget and make decisions on whether we're going to keep the lights on or put food in the refrigerator, that suppresses your creative mind. A lot of us are creative. We have talents. But if those talents don't make sense, double entendre, if it don't make sense, or don't make money.
See, here's the thing, right? He's talking about if it don't make money, it don't make sense. See, he allowed the money to control him. I don't let the money control me. I know you brothers and ladies in the chat, you don't let the money control you. Let me tell you something. The greatest times I had is not always when I had a lot of money. See, the problem with him and guys like him, he cannot be around people and make people do better. This gibberish he's talking is all gibberish. It's all hogwash. I love working. I love putting in effort because it makes me become the man the Most High want me to be. See, the devil wants you to be lazy. The devil wants you to go against the principles of God in Christ, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. They want you to go against that. He works for Satan, y'all. He works for them deities. And I believe he's a warlock. I truly believe he's a warlock. I am convinced he's a warlock because warlocks don't love to work. They only want to work to get your soul. This guy's not telling you how it is in Thailand because he don't have the right information. He moved because of his emotions. He didn't move because the Most High put him there. He think he's doing great, living off somebody else's hard work in that country. You should be embarrassed. You didn't put no work. You didn't till the land. Somebody else did. Your lazy behind self. Man, I tell you. Hold on.
Then you gotta just let that shit go. A lot of people are working jobs. They don't like their fucking job. They don't like what they do. But they're working it. And the only reason why they're working the job just to pay the bills, just to make ends meet. And nowadays the ends don't meet. Man, I want to tell you all this shit so bad.
He
but
crying.
I'm gonna get roasted in the fucking comment section. I don't care. Man, fuck all of this.
He crashing out.
Do what you gotta do. I don't care what you gotta do. I don't care what you gotta do.
He crashing out. He crashing out.
I'm not gonna question you. I'm gonna applaud you when you do what you have to do, and you're my next door neighbor, and all is well with you. I'm not gonna ask you how you got here, baby. I'm just going to shake your head and say, glad you made it. Do what you got to do. And you know what I mean by that. As long as you ain't hurting nobody, do what you got to do. Because let me tell you about the system.
Here we go. Here we go.
Because I'm tired of people saying the system. First of all, the system is working quite well. It was meant to suppress people. And I say people because at one point in time, the melanin recessive man and woman thought, you know what I'm saying, that it was just suppressing black people. And that the system would work for them. Now, they realize that the system is suppressing not only blacks, but melanin recessive men and women as well, too. Or anyone that lives in America. The system is there to get over.
I'm gonna ask you folks in the chat. Is American system suppressing you? If the American system suppressing you, put a 1 in the chat. If the American system is not suppressing you, put a 2. You found it, Ringo? Okay. Okay, got you. I was going to send it to you at the end of the live stream. However, you got it, though. The system is not suppressing me. The system never suppressed me. He's the one he's still bothered by the system. I'm not bothered by these people's system. The system that I'm connected to is the Most High through Christ. And what the books say to do, I do it to the best of my ability. And once he see that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, that's when he opened the doors. For many of us. All right. All right, let's get through this. We're almost done.
System is there to get over. To lie, cheat, and steal. And take advantage of people. So why not do the same things that the system does to you on a daily basis? Why not do it to them? He admitted that he is taking advantage of what his wife gave him. He's taking advantage of what his woman that he's dealing with gave him, the lifestyle that he always wanted. He didn't do it on his own. She helped him through her resources to get him to where he at. He should be ashamed of himself. He depended on her for him to act like he's a man. That don't make you a man when you depended on your woman's resources to act like you're a man. It's one thing if you're working towards your goal and you get there and you meet a woman that's successful and she add on to her expertise and y'all do something big together. It's another when you never work a day in your life and you act like you're a man because this woman helped you. Shaking my head. All right, let's go. Do it to them. That's real shit.
How to get spotted up to 200.
All right.
Why not do it back to them?
You see what he's saying?
Why not stick it to the man?
Stick it to the man.
Because the system ain't a system. And what I mean by that is somebody designed the system. Somebody created the system. And behind every evil, demonic creation that suppresses people, that colonizes people, that takes people away from their families, their loved ones, behind that creation, that system that does all of those things are evil, wicked races, melanin recessive men as well as women.
Oh, no. It's somebody that look like you. No, no, no. We're not going to talk about the other evil people, and you're not going to talk about yourself. You have not done anything for society. You just worse than an infidel. You worse than those who don't know the Bible, don't know the book. You are worse. Uh Ringo, in one of his videos, I seen the family room, the children's room. He showed the children's room. I'm gonna send the video to you. I have to find it. That could be possible what you're saying though. That could be possible. However, the place he stay at, when I get the video, I send it to you. He showed the whole place. I'm gonna send you the video. And he showed the room of him and his wife got her own room, and he got his own room, and the children got their own room. Yeah. Why he sound defeated? Because he's not moving as a man. He's dependent. He depends on them. He depends on them to get through the day. That's how most of these guys are, man. Fortunately. Jeez, man. Let's go.
So, do what you gotta do, man. And I truly mean that. Like I said, you become my next door neighbor. I'm not gonna ask you how you got here, as long as you're here. A lot of people want to know, how did you get here? All these damn fucking questions. Ain't none of my business. Straight up, it's none of my business. None of my concerns, as long as you're here. That's what matters the most. But yeah, that stress will destroy you. And and just think about that. There's a system created for you to be stressed out. Because life is Mother Earth. And I know people gonna be on this shit like, man, here he go with this earthly things. And, man, this is reality and blah, 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 blah. No, it's not. Don't you understand that you're living in someone else's reality? An artificial lifestyle that
You living in Thailand in somebody else's country reality. There's no getting around it. Wherever you at in the world, you living under somebody else's reality. The difference is we living with God's reality, with Christ's reality. We get the things of the world. We not be of the world. That's the difference. You is of the world, Langston. You too concerned about America. You in another country. You have to focus on where you at, not where you been at. If you don't like what's going on here, then make that decision to become an expat. Nobody's stopping you from becoming an expat. The problem is, once you become an expat and you become the residency of that country, now you under their rules regardless. Do y'all realize something? Let me say this. Just because you live in another country as an American doesn't mean that they can't kick you out. We have seen many expats come back to America. Why? Because they was moving incorrectly. They will be good with you as long as you pay that rent. Miss one payment in another country, see what happens. They ruthless. Y'all think America's ruthless? You have no clue. When you rent from other people that's from a different dialect, it's a whole different breed. So, let me send Ringo the link, the other link to the video I'm talking about, because I believe I have it here. Let's see, which one is it? Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if this is the one. Give me a second, y'all. That's not the one he showed the place. I'm trying to find where he showed the place. One of the videos. Okay, hold on. No, this is not it. Okay, I got it. I'm sending it to you right now, Ringo. I'm sending you right now the video on Instagram. Let me make sure that it's sent. Okay, so I send the video to you where he show everything. Okay, let's finish this off, y'all.
An artificial lifestyle, an artificial world that's built on a real one. Because the reality of it is I didn't get this from that crazy, whacked out dude that was from That's So Raven show. I didn't get that from him. I've been saying that shit years ago.
What?
The reality of it is you don't have to pay for shit. Pineapples, grapes, fruits, and vegetables are for free. Mother Earth never asked you for shit, so why in the world is it that man not ask, they demand that you pay them before you get your essential shit? You gotta pay for water. Water's for free. Let me tell you part of the reason why I don't talk about, this country and what they got going on here.
Here we go.
I don't want to get in no debates. Some people are like really, when it comes to religion and politics, some people are extremists, and they'll defend their religion or their politicians to the death. That's not how I am. So they wouldn't understand how, like, I would say, I'm not living in your country because this ain't your country. Did you create the ocean? Did you create the sand? Did you create the trees? Did you create the birds, the animals? Did you create the land? So how do you call it yours? My home is wherever I lay my head at on this planet. There's no such thing as borders. It's just...
Oh, no. No, he's lying.
Straight up, this is real talk. It's just...
No, there are borders. Even in the biblical days, when we did business with other countries, there was borders. What the heck is he talking about? It's even in the Bible that when they're going to try to attack the righteous people, that the angels will camp in the border. There's the gates. What's the gates? That's the borders. To go into the kingdom, there's a border between hell and heaven. What is he talking about? The people that's no longer here with us is in Abram's bosom, or they're in planet hell. There's a border. What the heck you talking about? If the borders was open to everybody, we will be in a lot of trouble. There has to be a border. There's a reason why there's certain things going on. You have to have respect for every place that the Most High lay your head at. There's a border between heaven and hell, and the earth is in the middle between both. This guy has no clue about history. He claims that he's a historic man. He don't talk like one, I tell you that.
This a man's reality. You're living in another man's reality. And it's not even a reality, it's an illusion. And the reason why I say that is because tectonic plates can shift and move and cause earthquakes and tsunamis. And what was once someone's quote-unquote land or country can be destroyed, demolished by Mother Earth. Mother Earth is...
You live in a place of a template that earthquakes are actually happening. Don't you realize that? Did you do your research? Yes, the Bible said that it will be earthquake in various places. You live in an earthquake land. I'm not saying I want something to happen to you. What I'm saying is, based on where you stay at, it is known to have earthquake and tsunamis. There's no way of escaping what the Most High wants to happen. Anyway, we're almost done. And like Ringo said, he watched his videos of him being in North Carolina. Let me read what he said. Same here, I watched his videos to learn about North Carolina, and then he started making negative videos about North Carolina. Yeah.
Demolished by Mother Earth. Mother Earth is a reality. She is a living entity. So if I were to praise or give honor and respect to a so-called Most High, it would be my mother that's terrestrial. It will be Gia, Tiamat. She has several different names. And
there you have it. He exposed himself. Now, in order for the earth to give birth, the man must lie with a woman. The water represents the woman, the land represents the man. And when the water and the land gets together, it grows a tree. One cannot do without the other. So now he's pushing this narrative. He's pushing that pro-black Egyptian narrative, y'all. Wow, man. Then he's talking about entity. Yeah, they still in my talking point. Yeah. All these demons, warlocks, and witches now talking about entities and paralysis and all this other nonsense. You're right, Ringo. They won't give me the credit.
And it will be my celestial father, Baba, Abba, Ra.
He admitted. He named God Ra. You heard it? He talking that Egyptian talk. He exposed himself. Let's go.
Could you use up to $750?
Hold on one second.
Straight up. Because the sun, Ra, provides. And the mother, Earth, nurtures. See that? You see how that works together? How they work together?
He's worshiped the sun, y'all.
That's the reason why I can never believe in a Most High being a man. For where is the woman?
Wow.
Where is the Most High family?
He disrespected the Most High. He spoke blasphemy, y'all. I'm going to rewind it again. He spoke blasphemy. Listen.
Tiamat. She has several different names. And it will be my celestial father, Baba, Abba, Ra, the sun. Straight up. Because the sun, Ra, provides. And the mother, Earth, nurtures. See that? You see how that works together? How they work together? That's the reason why I can never believe in a Most High being a man. For where is the woman? Where is the Most High family? I'm living off of her. And she gives me every fucking thing I need. Everything. And I'm telling you, I might have some of y'all walking away from religion because everything that I ask of her and the son and my ancestors, they always give it to me. They always come through. I remember when I was a religious man, and I believed in Jesus and I got on my knees, straight up, as a young man, weak, praying to someone, being submissive to an illusional man. I remember my prayers were never answered. But the minute I submitted and gave praise and respect and honor to Baba's son, Yumi or Umi, or Ima, Earth, and my ancestors, that's when my life started to change. For the better.
What?
I'm looking out the window.
Here we go.
Because I'm home. I'm living a stressless life. And I hope one day you have the opportunity to do the same.
Listen, y'all. Listen. He don't lost his mind. He's saying that when he prayed to Christ, nothing worked in his favor. When he prayed to these deities, these entities, these Ibarasi, Dibarasi, Liberasis, all of a sudden, he admitted that he sold his soul to Satan. Wow. He sold his soul to Satan, y'all. He didn't believe in Christ. He don't believe in the Most High. He believed in the goddess worship and all that other nonsense. I can't wait to see what Ringo have to say. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning into the show. Make sure you double tap the like button on your way out. You know, that's pretty much the end of the video. You know, let me make sure, because I want to make sure. All right, let's continue. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video, y'all. So, thank y'all for all viewing. You know what I'm saying? If you want to support the Cash App, you know, I didn't put the Cash App in the chat. You know, many of you know the Cash App. But if you haven't, you know, notice of the Cash App, I'll put it in there before I go. Say a couple of more things. Then we go to my phone and add it right now. Got to get ready for the site. Okay. Let me put it in the chat. I know some of you may want to ask for it. Okay, it's in the chat. If you want to support, that's up to you. But I appreciate y'all liking the video. Let's get the likes up more. Salute to Ringo for being in the building. Make sure you go check out his content in Brainwaves and Ethereal, Selena, Real Topics, many other folks who got content. You know what I'm saying? If you're a mod, you want to put your YouTube channel in the building, you know, you could do that. Appreciate Running Up 360, Roseanne. Thank you, Keystone, for that information. I know Ringo's going to go more into that to the people that's moving to Thailand. He's going to talk about that. Waco 4545 was in the building. Real Topic. Salute to V-Dot Man Smith in the building. Shout out to him. One of the greatest mods for Ringo TV Reactions. Shout out to that brother. And who else is in the house? And the people that's watching from other parts of the world. I don't want to butcher your name. Italian Mamba is in the building. I believe Corey was here earlier. I think he was in the building. Let me go back and see. Forever Studio was in the house. Shout out to him. Ringo was the first one here. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for all viewing. I appreciate it. You know, been on for almost 2 hours. I got a surprise for y'all. I'm not going to say what it is yet. Stay tuned for that, or they going to be upset. Oh, they're going to be upset. They're going to be like, wait a minute. What's going on here, Rollo? I'm confused. Yo, thank y'all for the motivation behind the scenes. Thank y'all for the encouragement. Rango, I appreciate that encouragement you sent me behind the scenes. Forever Studio 2, Zax, all of y'all, man. Thank y'all for the encouragement, and you ladies too. Appreciate the support. Brown Royalty to the people, we the business. I got the brothers coming in. They coming from work. So you hear the music. They coming from work, man. You know, I want to thank the owner of the Most High, allowing him to let me be in charge of this place, man. To build my situation up to where I get a place of my own. I want to thank the owner. He watches my content too sometimes. He know of it. So shout out to the brothers here getting it in. Great people I have staying here, man. Thank the Most High for this man and his family to allow me to be in charge of this place. That's the Most High is doing, y'all. So I got to get ready to take out this trash and all that. You know how it is in the South. Got to get the sink situated, you know, clogged up. I told the brothers, you know, I say, look, man, you can't put certain things in the sink. So I got to take care of that before I go to the site. So with that said, appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show. Brown Royalty to the people. We the business. I'll holler at y'all on the next one.